There is no endgame in the sense we get to a point where we're done. That isn't in the cards, because there's always ways to serve. You're not done until you don't have any other way to help. And even then you're not done, because if you don't keep working on reducing your entropy will automatically begin to grow and get bigger. That idea was shown to me when I went to a reality frame, a virtual reality, where everybody there thought they were done. And I just call it the done reality. And these were people who felt they were enlightened, figured they were done. When they got to the point, well, what do you want to do next? They said, what do you mean next? I'm done. And they said, well, not really. There's still a lot of work to do. And they said, no, I'm done, right? I'm enlightened. I don't come back anymore. They said, okay, you go off to the done reality. And there were a lot of people in this virtual reality interacting with each other. And in general, they were of a pretty high quality. And they interacted. There wasn't war and, greed and all that stuff wasn't there. It was a fairly nice place. So I was sent to this place just to understand something. And I spent some weeks there, even some months there. And I stayed there long enough to realize that there were cliques of done people. Some felt they were more done than others. There were the really done people and the not so done people over there. And basically, we had a group of people who were very self-congratulatory, patting each other on the back about their doneness. And often they would form cliques because they were more done than those other people over there. And what that is that the entropy was starting to increase. They were starting to de-evolve because they stopped working on evolving. And it took me a long time before I saw that. I was there a long time, and I'm beginning to think, okay, what am I supposed to learn here? I got a lot of those assignments where I'd get put someplace. And it took me a while to figure out what it was, and then I got it. And I also noticed that it worked like this. The people who were done were so convinced they stopped working on it. They started to de-evolve. Eventually they'd get to a point where they realized they were de-evolving. They could look around and go, oh, this is a lot of ego stuff, isn't it? Then they understood that they weren't done, and they wanted to go back and get back in the game. So they gave up their thing about being done. So the people would come in, they'd stay for some time. Some have been there a pretty long time. They were pretty stubborn. They'd been there a long time. But you'd see them, and then they'd leave once they figured out that they really weren't done. So that's the done reality. And there is no done. So how can there be no done? Well, the larger consciousness system isn't done either. It's still evolving. It's a real finite system that is trying to lower its own entropy so it doesn't start de-evolving and turn into random bits. So evolution is an open-ended process. It's never done. Think about our own evolution. Okay, here we are, humans. 1 million years from now, will we look just like this? Probably not. We will probably have evolved into similar but maybe different kinds of forms that are more suitable to that environment than are suitable to this environment. Evolution just keeps going. As long as there are valuable states to evolve into, evolution keeps chugging along. It's open-ended. And 7.5 billion consciousness with free will all interacting with each other, there's a lot of room for evolution. So getting to the point where there's no more unique states to evolve into. You've gone through every possible interaction, permutation, combination of all the players, and there's nothing else to do, will probably never happen. Because if you take 7.5 billion people with free will, they all have thousands of choices, and calculate the combinations and permutations. It's a very, very big number before you run out of possibilities. So it's unlikely that we'll see done for a very long time. And if we do get to the point we run out of potential, run out of possibilities, my guess the larger conscious system would have something more useful for us to do rather than just sit there and degenerate. You know, maybe we'd all go work in some other virtual reality someplace, helping those folks get along. Maybe they'd push the reset button and make this virtual reality a viable learning lab again. Who knows, you know, exactly what happens there. You can't say anything about that other than conjecture. But that's kind of my take on the done thing and escaping the cycle of suffering. I think it's generally created to make an attractive product for people who otherwise wouldn't be interested. But it's really the wrong reason to want to become love. I want to become love because I want to get out of here. I want to become love because I'm so self-centered. That it's all about me. That's why I want to become love. You see, it's just an incompatible thing. But it sells. It's a good sales pitch. Because if you tell people, you're never done. You'll always come back here. And this place will always be a mess. And you're going to come back here and you're going to have to put up the same stuff over and over and over again. That's your life. Deal with it. You know, that doesn't sell well. That's not attractive. So but the point is, the thing that makes it really not like that is as you grow up, what you want to do is help people. It's not like helping people is a burden. Helping people is what makes you happy. Helping people is your joy, you see? So it's not like, oh no, stuck in this thing, you know, helping a bunch of stupid people grow up. That's just your ego talking. I get to help people grow up. Wow, that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna enjoy this. You see, it's a different attitude. It's not a negative thing at all. It's a very happy, joyous, positive attitude about coming back and being useful, being helpful. That's somebody who's really grown up. The ones that want to exit because this is a hard place and they're working on getting their ticket out, that's not somebody who's really grown up.